Hello, everyone. Today we'll be doing intermediate creative writing. This is a verbling class, and my name is Samantha. Hi, Gokhan.
Hi, Samantha, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am also fine.
I have
I
a
am
few.
trying.
How do you pronounce your name? Gokhan?
It's starting with g like a girl,
Mm-hmm.
and it ends with Khan, like a Khan artist.
Gokhan.
Yes,
Okay, cool. Um, and I think, are you from Turkey?
yes. How
Aha.
do you know
Well, I'm psychic.
it? Hmm.
No,
Oh,
your name, it sounds like a Turkish name.
yeah, it's all many Turkish names is ending with Han
Yeah, they're
because
very, yeah, and the O with the dots above is very common in Turkish
hmm.
names. Yeah. What part of Turkey are you from?
I am eastern side of Turkey. I would like to be in Istanbul, but I'm in I'm in Erzurum. It's
Ah,
eastern side of Turkey.
okay, very cool. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Um, Here's the link, everyone. Hello, everybody. Hi, Ken. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And I see lots of familiar faces. Hussein, Jorge times two. Both Jorges.
Hello.
Hello, hello. And hi, Zaki. This is like the writing crew. You guys are always here. I love it.
Hi, yeah.
Okay, so I just sent you the link. You'll be doing some creative writing today. So you will go to this link here that I've provided, your word generator. Choose 3, 5, 8 words if you want. It's up to you. Find a place in the document. You can see Jorge is starting here. You can write your words and then write me a story using your words. So you have about 30 minutes to write your story. When you're finished, I will edit your story and give you lots of feedback on your writing. I'll be here the whole time, of course, if you have any questions. And that's it. You can type directly into the document. Um, yeah, that's it. Any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay, go for it. Good luck. Have fun, and
Uh,
let me know if you let me know if you need help. Okay.
okay.
Okay, you guys have about 5 more minutes to continue your stories, okay? Okay, you should just be finishing up your last couple of sentences, and I'll be editing in about, I don't know, about two or 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, has anyone finished their story? Not yet. Try to just finish your sentence, and then I'll have to start editing so I have time to see everyone's stories, okay? So just finish your sentence.
Okay, I've finished.
Okay, let's see it. Flower pot, enzyme, corn. Okay, this is some strange words. Here we go. Make it a bit bigger. Once upon a time, a farmer called Jack was living on.
Yeah.
He wanted to climb up high trees to see the perspective over the horizon. One day, when he was walking down the field, he found a seed of corn. He picked up the corn to plant in a flower pot. Good, very good. He likes eating corn, so he wanted to observe how the corn. What's the past of will?
Would
Yeah.
grow.
Good.
Mhm.
After several days, the corn sprout came up, and then it grew taller and taller. So he replanted the corn. So it's coming up as incorrect. Sometimes
Mhm.
people want you to do like a hyphen. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's not a word. Okay.
Replant. Well, you can any verb, but usually we put a hyphen there.
Okay. Mhm.
Replanted the corn. I would say in the ground.
In the ground.
After he replanted the corn, he found an ad from a company called Jack and the Beanstalk and internet always gets a capital.
Yeah.
About a cutting-edge enzyme to grow plants very tall and big. Although he was doubtful of the effects, he ordered it online. Oops, this is backwards. The following day, a small, strange helicopter brought the enzyme to his house. He spread the enzyme on the ground close to the corn immediately. 1 week later, when he woke up and opened, I would say when he opened his,
His card.
just his curtain, we assume that it's of a window because the
Okay.
curtain is only for your window, so, or his curtains, he saw a giant corn tree in the field. He ran to the, now we know it's a tree, so yeah, the tree, and climbed up to the top of the tree. He saw spectacular scenery there. The plain covered with grass continued until
Continued.
until the horizon, as if he was in the middle of the ocean of field, in the ocean of a field of grass.
A field of grass.
Or you want to say that it's like the field of grass is as big as an ocean, right?
Yeah.
So maybe in the middle of, I think it would be better to say it this way, a field of grass
Field of
size of an ocean,
size of ocean.
or as big as an ocean.
Mhm.
I think that's a little more, I don't know, less awkward. Yeah, very good, Ken. Just a few little verb things. Don't forget to keep it in the past.
Yeah.
And a few prepositions, but not very many. So it was really well written, actually. Do you have any questions for me?
No, yeah, preposition is tricky for me.
Yeah,
so
I know. I know. Think of with the ground, on and in can be pretty literal a lot of the time. So, for example, in this one, you are literally digging a hole in the ground, right? So in this case, it's in. But with spreading something, you're not digging, you're putting it on top. So on and in are usually more literal.
Okay.
Like inside of a box, in a cup. So it's physically. Do you see what I mean? On is more set on top of something, like on a table. And then when you bring at into the picture, it gets a little tricky. Yeah, very good. It was a really good job. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Who's next? Let's see. Jorge with finance, parent, and king. Which Jorge is this?
Okay.
It's you. Okay. There's two.
Last
Jorges.
day.
Okay. Finance, parent, king. Last day. Oh, yesterday. Not last day.
Okay.
I read, and news is uncountable. So, some news, or the news, something like that,
The news.
about a situation of a little kingdom in Europe. Oh no, sorry, this situation is correct. Maybe this article talked about its financial situation and the problem that it has caused to the country. Okay, very good. It said that Prince Dave has spent a lot of money, and usually you spend money on something. Spent a lot of money on trips and amusement.
Okay.
Period. Moreover, it said that the prince tried to play down the comments. That's a very good phrasal verb, but you don't have to use at with it. Just play down is fine. That the TV and the newspaper had made about it. It said that the prince tried to play down the comments that the... Okay, good. His parent, Andrew the King, or King Andrew, like this?
King Andrew.
Okay. His parent is a little strange. Maybe his father? Asked the media.
When do you use parent?
Parent. Well, it's okay. It's not incorrect. Usually we
It's
use.
because I had to use that word.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's fine then. Usually you use it more in the plural when you're talking about mom and dad. You say his parents. If you know it's his
Yes.
dad, then it's more common to say his father. But this is fine. It's grammatically, it's okay. I see it's one of your words. So, ask the media to water it down. It's an infinitive because you've already got the past here with the verb ask. And he said that he could
Okay.
vouch for him, ensuring that those comments weren't false. Okay, very good. You just want a comma here to separate the clauses. The people were upset about
Oh my God,
this.
yes.
Yeah, because they didn't consider that part of their taxes had been used. It's just the conjugation, that's all that's happening, but you're using the right verbs. You just have to be careful about conjugating them.
But in that case, I am talking that this is something that it has been occurred until now.
Part of. Oh, I see. Okay, it's fine then. You're right. Have been used. So it depends on the context. If you're talking until now, that's okay. Yep. To sponsor print.
Maybe it's necessary to add something more to understand that it has been happening until now.
Part of their actually it has to be has, not have, because part of is singular. Part of their taxes. No, part of. Wait, I have to think. I would say a portion of their taxes has been used to support Prince Dave's entertainment, and then I would add until now or something like this.
Okay.
This just makes it clear because up until this moment you're talking about the past, right? So this just makes it clear that you're
Yes.
including the present in your story. Yeah. Okay. According to an anonymous person who works in the palace, interviewed by the newspaper, he. Oh, okay. I would change this to an anonymous person who works in the palace was interviewed by the newspaper, and he owned up. He owned up that part of.
Why can't I use according? If I am,
Okay, if
how
you
can I
want,
say citar? I am.
yeah, if you want to use according, the problem is that you included he owned up. So you can't say according to this person, he owned up. These are two separate phrases. So you could say according to an anonymous person, part of the money used for charity purposes has been spent on the prince. It's just that extra clause there where you've used he and another verb. In this part of the sentence, you need to tell us what is according to him. What did he say? Does that make sense?
Okay, in that case, I want to say that he confessed.
So, which is fine, but you can't say according to and tell us that he confessed in the same sentence.
Okay.
It doesn't work. It turns into it doesn't work. But you could do it like this. An anonymous person confessed that part of
The palace interview, blah blah blah.
This is also
Confess. Okay, okay.
But you can't use both. Do you see what I mean? It just gets a little bit awkward because of the too many verbs. Yeah. Okay. This situation has burned the king's health out because this is the first time that his kingdom has been. Again, we're talking
Okay.
about until now, right? So it might happen again. Again, you want the present perfect. Has been in the eye of the media for corruption issues. Yeah, this is excellent. Once again, you've done a really good job of using phrases and idioms, like his health burned out in the eye of the media. You're always very good with that. Regarding your writing, just be very careful about your subject-verb agreement. So making sure that
Yes.
how you're conjugating matches your subject, right? I know that you know this. It's just in your writing. Sometimes you're doing it. You're forgetting an S or something. Yeah. So just be careful.
Yeah, sometimes it's embarrassed.
No. Don't worry. When you're writing quickly. You don't have much time, so it's normal. But it's very good. Do you have any other questions for me so far?
No, thank you, son.
Okay, great job. Zaki, all finished?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Bart?
finished as well.
Okay, here we go. Zaki, and then who said that? Hussein?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, one day. Oops, no, it starts up here. Last week, I met one of my school friends at a wedding. We were surprised to see each other. Again, your verb is in the past, so this needs to be an infinitive. We were surprised to see each other. Okay?
Yes.
We met for a long time. We were talking about our school life. We talked about one of our school friends named Tom. I don't think you really need the quotation marks, actually. It's fine. That's fine. That's his name. When we were in school, we were close friends. Close is not being used as a verb. It's being used as an adjective to describe the kind of friend. So you don't need a D at the end. Okay? We discussed about an incident. I would say an incident with Tom. You can't use Tom as an adjective because it's a name. An incident with Tom that took place when we were in school. Okay. One day, he bunked the school. What do you mean? Oh, he skipped. He skipped.
Yes.
Yeah,
skip.
and sat in the bar. He was very naughty at that time. He always wanted to do some new things in his life. He was drinking a juice, just juice at the bar. He was drinking a juice and having fun in the bar. My school was so strict. Which is why they made a call to his father.
Which was?
Oh, yeah, you're right, sorry. Which was why they made a call to his father. But unfortunately, my friend was too smart. I would use a semicolon right here. Because this is still a full sentence, this part. So, semicolon. So when they called his father, Tom would receive a call and talk to them. Okay, very good. As usual, the same thing happened to them when they called his... I don't think you need this sentence, because you kind of already told us, right?
Okay.
Yeah. He was not lucky that day because where he was sitting in the bar and eating some fish, while he was sitting in the bar and eating some fish, the police raided. You're close, but the verb is to raid. raided,
Okay.
yeah, the bar. He was arrested and put into prison. The police called, so you don't call to someone, okay? You just call someone.
Okay.
Called his father and told him everything about Tom, just so we're clear. His father came to the police station and slapped him. He was asking him why he was skipping school and went to his school. He met with his director. Okay, I think this is a new paragraph. He met with his director and his director, who told Tom's father. You're just using he and him a lot, so we have to be clear who you're
Okay.
speaking about. Who told Tom's father everything about his son. Yeah. I'm only doing this so that it's clear who you mean.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The director was also surprised and said, I called you today, but you told me your son had a fever. Okay, and then a new person is speaking, so a new line. His father was shocked and asked, when did you call me? And which number did you call? Oh, sorry. Then everyone understood about what Tom or had done, what he had done. From that day, he faced lots of problems in school as well as at home. We talked for an hour and left. Too much makes it sound negative, like you laughed more than you wanted to. So I would just say laughed a lot. Afterward, we had our dinner and returned to our houses. Okay, Zaki, great job. Do you have any questions for me about all of this?
Okay.
Okay, very good. And your use of speech right here would have been perfect. You just needed to add the quotation marks, and then it was perfect. Okay? So that was really good. Okay, next one. Hussein.
Yeah.
Did you put your name in here? I have to find you.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Here you
yeah.
are. Okay.
I'm
Syria,
second.
Turkey, R2P, and sovereignty. Okay. In the very beginning of the year 2010, the world faced a very challenging issue called the Arab. Oh, do you mean Arab?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Riots in the Middle East, especially in Arabic countries, forced many leaders to step down from their positions. More than one leader, right? Muammar Gaddafi, I don't know, were ousted by rebels. Good. I would use some. You can just press the tab button on your keyboard to get the paragraph like this. I'm just going to fix your paragraphs. There you go. The starting point of the story was in Tunisia when a very young college graduated and unemployed man named Mohammed Azizi set himself on fire. Instead of "and this," I would use which led to demonstrations that forced Ben Ali to resign. Afterwards,
Led to.
led to. Do you understand why?
Yeah, led to.
Afterwards, the demonstrations spread to Egypt and Libya. NATO's intervention in Libya brought an end to Gaddafi's regime and a military coup in Egypt, making Mirabeck step aside. Or which made would be okay. Beyond these
Yeah,
complex and strange situations, a civil war in Syria between government forces and rebels. I think in Syria should be over here, because this part is describing the civil war, so we want to keep it with a civil war between government forces and rebels in Syria is still going on, comma, and the international community seems not to be able to find a solution for this bloody and tragic situation. Okay, this is very, very well written, this sentence. That's excellent. Okay, the international norm called the R2P, responsibility to protect, failed when it came to Syria. The intervention to protect civilians and create an independent democracy seemed to be very successful in Libya, comma, but it is very hard to say, not hardly, hard to say the same for Syria right now.
Okay.
Over 1 million people have been forced to leave their houses and to be refugees.
Okay, it's not passive. It's
Sorry,
not
I
passive.
couldn't hear you.
I say it must be passive.
Yeah, you mean, yeah,
the 1 million
exactly.
people have been
It's passive. Otherwise, you would say, for example, the government or the conflict has forced over 1 million people.
They forced.
Yeah, exactly. So in this case, it's passive,
Can you
which
say
is fine.
it was
It works
forced?
Yeah, it works well in the passive actually, so it's fine like this. To leave their houses and become refugees in 20 cities established in Turkey, Jordan, and other neighbors of Syria.
No, it's not 20. It's not 20. It's not 20. It's 20. It's not 20.
Tented.
I mean
tented.
20. It's 10.
Tented.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
20.
okay.
Then. Okay.
I was just gonna ask about that, so that makes more sense.
No.
The
not 20.
the amount of death, we say the death count. The death count
Yeah, okay.
is considered to be over 500,000. Considered to be stays
Oh.
together. Russian and Chinese support toward the Syrian regime has prevented, again we need the perfect tense here, any resolution that can be made.
Why do we need?
Because you want,
Samantha, why do we need present perfect?
do you want to show up until this moment
Because it was
or in the past?
no, actually, it was just in the past, just one time. They prevented it.
Okay.
Just one time.
Okay.
Now, it's not a process.
Right, this is fine then. This is fine. I think the reason that I thought
No.
that was because up here you've used right now. So,
I don't know. When we use it, that it seems true or it sounds weird. It seems
no,
weird.
this is perfect here, but it makes me think that this part is up until now, but it's fine if it's just one moment. Don't worry about it. This is okay. The common sense to stop the massacres in Syria couldn't find. So common sense is something that people have. It can't do anything.
Yeah.
So how about this? Despite the common sense to stop the massacres in Syria, people couldn't find a way to do that. We need to say that it's people, like, right? Because common sense can't actually do anything. It's the people who do things. The peace and the end of the civil war.
I tried to imply people.
Yeah, and I understand. I understand it,
I think
but
I couldn't.
yeah, it doesn't quite.
Well,
Because it doesn't
Yeah.
quite work. It almost works.
okay.
Or what the people of Syria need immediately, but it seems not impossible, but impossible. Impossible right now.
Impossible.
Yeah, this is excellent. Really good writing, Hussein. Really. Regarding your language, I don't know, nothing really stands out except be careful about your articles. You're missing a lot of the. The, here, here. There's one or two in each paragraph. That's the only thing that stands out to me. Besides that, it looks really great. So do you have any questions for me?
No, thank
Okay,
you.
good job.
I have a question.
Yeah,
You
Jorge?
explained all.
Instead death count, can I use death toll?
Yep, death count or death toll.
Okay.
Same thing. Yep. Okay. Now, who's next? Gokhan. Gokhan. We've got lake, stirring yogurt, joke, cauldrons, borrow, snap. Okay, this will be interesting. Also, just letting you guys know, it is 3 o'clock, so the class is finished, but I'll be here for another 10 minutes or whatever to finish editing. If you have to leave, that's okay. I won't be offended. You can leave, okay? If I've done your story. Okay, let's see. Once upon a time, Nizred and Hoja went to the lake. Lakeside is one word. The lakeside, and he was eating the yogurt from a yogurt. I think you mean cup, a yogurt cup. Someone is one word. Someone from the village asked, "What are you doing, Hoja?"
Hoja, what are you doing? Come on.
Hoja. He says, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
I would put it like this. I'm stirring some yogurt into water, Hoja says. So when you're using quotations, you want a comma before the end quotation, and then a capital letter for the name. Okay. And a villager says, "Come on, Hoja. What are you doing? You can't stir some yogurt into the water." Hoja was surprised. He turned, smiled, and said, "What if it happens?" Well, it's very mysterious. On another day, Hoja borrowed his neighbor's cauldron. A few days later, neighbor has an H in it. A few days later, he put a bowl in it and returned it. When his neighbor saw the bowl, he asked, "What is this?" Hoja answered, "Your cauldron gave birth." His neighbor was very happy. He thanked Hoja and took the cauldron and the bowl. A few weeks later, Hoja borrowed the cauldron again, but this time he didn't return it. When his neighbor came to ask for it, Hoja said, "Your cauldron died. I'm sorry." The man was surprised. "Oh, come on," he said. "Cauldrons don't die." Hoja snapped back. "Will you believe that it gave..." Oh, I see. Well, you believed that it gave birth, so why don't you believe that it died? Good. But no, this joke comes from the 13th century. Nizred and Hoja is a very fantastic... Is this true?
Yes.
This is really good. I like it. So you can see how I've changed your formatting. When
Yes,
a new person speaks, the whole thing goes to a new line, like that.
Okay.
And their speech stays on the line where you introduce it. Okay. Besides that, it looks great. Just a few little spelling mistakes. So, very good job.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And where's Jorge? Aha, here.
Yeah.
Ready? Last but not
Right.
least. Stamina Your Velcro check jacket. 2 months ago, I was in a shopping center purchasing, I would say, purchasing a suit. Bye, Hussein. See you. I was looking for one throughout many shops until I looked at I would say a Zara showcase. You're using it like an adjective, kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I said, it's my favorite. Obviously, I entered, you want the verb, entered into
Yeah.
the clothing store, and a very kind assistant, what's the past of tend?
Tenton.
Yeah, to me. I didn't need to try. I would just say I didn't need to try it on.
Anyone?
I didn't need to try it on. It was perfect. Try it on.
Okay.
That's what you do with clothing. You try them on to see if you
Okay.
like. I would say it was a little expensive, comma, but I didn't worry about that so much. I was pretty pleased. The next day, I put my new black suit on again.
Shoot.
I realized the pocket of the jacket had Velcro, not a Velcro, just Velcro,
Okay.
inside instead of buttons. Period. I'm going to a formal celebration. Okay, so when you're thinking, unless you say it out loud, you can do this. Put it in italics.
This.
Yeah, it shows you're thinking. If you use quotations, it shows that you're speaking.
Okay.
This cost a lot of money and it wouldn't be any problem. Okay. That same afternoon, I came back to the shop and another assistant
Yeah.
was there. I would say at first,
At the beginning.
at first, yeah, he was very gentle. Therefore, when I exposed my complaint, comma, he was actually, I would use but when because you're showing contrast, right? He was gentle,
Yes.
but when I exposed my complaint, he started to refuse me
Refuse.
using any excuse. I began to get angry.
Okay.
And the last phrase I said was, "You are ending my stamina. You are an unpleasant creature. You refund the suit. You must.
You must. Okay.
Suit check.
Uh,
This instant." This is what we say when we're angry.
Okay.
It means like right now.
This is.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, he apologized to me. But the hurt... not yet, but already.
Oh, yeah.
It had already been done.
Already. Yes.
To my pleasure, I bought one in another shop. This is great. Very good job.
Thank you.
It was tricky with those words, too. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay.
I
Excellent.
have a question.
Sure, Jorge.
So, what is the difference if you say at first and if you say at the first time?
We never say at the first time.
Oh, really?
No. No.
Okay.
You can say just the first time. Or you can say at first. If you say at first, you mean at the beginning.
Yeah.
If you say the first time, you use this phrase to talk about your first experience doing something.
Oh, yeah.
So here's an example for this one. The first time I played chess, I won.
Yeah.
And an example for this one, at first, I thought I would lose.
Okay.
In the end,
Thank you.
I won. But at the first time is incorrect. We don't use that.
Maybe this
Okay.
is in Spanish.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay, there you go. And okay, I think that's it. Sorry it went a little late, guys. Thanks for coming. I have another class in 1 hour, and we're doing a discussion. So maybe I'll see you there. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Sam.
Bye. See you.
Bye. See you. Sir.